So as kind of a thank you gift for your patience, I wanted to take you on a more in-depth tour of the new layout. With this layout, there's kind of three goals. One, obviously making things look prettier, giving you the product you deserve. Second, trying to make things go faster, not just in the way the program actually runs, which I'm really excited about some of the speed improvements and performance improvements, but also just kind of improving the speed of the flow of it, making it make more sense. And then third, trying to accommodate different ministries. Particularly, a lot of you are in smaller ministries, a lot of you are in larger ministries, and so in trying to roll out features to make everyone happy, a lot of times things got cluttered and messy, and so trying to find ways to accommodate the various ministries, and hopefully even for the smaller ministries, the ministries you'll grow into. For the larger ministries, maybe you break up into satellite campuses or sites or whatever, making sure in your context this program works the best it can. A couple things on the main page, right when you log in, all of the things that you need are right there. Mainly the things that we were thinking about that you do the most: students, leaders, groups, and events. And then at the top, it's your most recent. If you've got an event that needs to take attendance today, that pops up. It also has, some most recent students, maybe new visitors, most recent, maybe you got saved, status changes, things like that. So if you need to pop in, check in on a kid, it's right there. And then of course, all these nice menus here are kind of nested to make it easier to access the things that you need. Now I want to show you a couple things. So we actually have a test ministry that we run here, and this is actually a ministry of 700 people. It's our students combined with some students from an event we ran one time, a rally. And so I just kind of dumped them together and make them a test database. And so you can see here, you can search and filter your groups really fast, and they all pop up and they're there. And then making it real easy to know to edit. If you want to delete a group, do this. You can choose to delete them or not. And it all happens without even having to reload. So it adds a lot of the speed. And then of course the options you have right here. So for example, if I want to add a group, you can see one of the things that I did is I've kind of tried to do everything in tabs to where, again, we're reducing the amount of page loads, which improves the speed and the performance. So we have our dynamic groups like we've had before, okay, and it's there. And then we also have manual groups, and this is one of the things I've been talking about with different ministry sizes. For some of you, if your ministry is really large and you need to make an individual group, it's going to be faster to sit here and search and tap a kid and start to add them. And you can see as I tap, it starts to add to the list, okay? And then if I said, oh no, I don't really want that one, I tap and it goes away. And then I can create groups. So for some of you, it's like that. Now, some of you who may have a ministry of 20 kids, 2 or 3 leaders, it's easier to click show all, and then guess what? They're all right there, and you can tap whoever you need, okay? So I wanted you to know those 2 options are there, or I can go back to show search and I can go back and forth. Whatever I need, whatever you need. So again, trying to meet everyone's needs. But for dynamic groups, okay? So I'm going to pretend like this is all students, okay? I want a contact group of all my kids. A lot of ways to do this. So I'm going to select all students. Remember, this is a group of over 700 students. I'm going to click create group. It confirms me. It's done. That's it. Group's created. Party over. It's done. Under a second. I've done groups, I've done some stuff with messaging, again, with 700 kids, less kids, whatever. Everything's adding and loading in pretty much about under a second, sometimes 3 seconds if I happen to be on a bad network or just something interesting happens. And then it's all there, and then if I go back and search all, sorry. If I go back there, I can go and look, and I've got my all students group right there, okay? So all those things are there, again, or I could search it, do that kind of stuff. So that's that adding group functionality. So I just kind of wanted you to see that size and the size of your group. So again, if I go back to the home page, I tried to make it to where you're 3 clicks at the most away from the home page and getting back to the things that you need, okay? So students. So a couple things. You've got your students listed here. And let me switch into app view really quick. So I tried to make it to where if you're going to contact your kids, phone, text, email, it's all right there, a lot easier to access. And so you can just tap and go. Used to, you had to go to the student profile to do it, so it's all right there. Edit, delete. I try to get away from the swipe to delete because it gets confusing. Your leaders don't know what to do, and again, it slowed the program down, so we don't want that. And then we've also got this load more to kind of filter out the kids, and so you can see how quickly kids start to load. Or again, I can go and search. So for example, I can search by school. and I can start to filter up. And so this is all my kids that go to Mesquite High School, and they're filtered their list there. And again, filtering through about 700 kids. So you can see the speed and performance and things like that. Also on events. Now I just got some dummy events here as I've been testing things. I'm trying to combine the calendar, basically the planner, and some leader resources as well as events all together. So what happens is your events, a lot of you have requested this, you can pre-create them. So if you've got a Wednesday night program where you're going to take attendance, you can go and create that, and then this attendance link pops up right here, okay? Now I want to show you something else. So if I go in here to view event, I can see my info, event materials, I could put attachments here. Again, remember this is just a dummy event. I'm playing with stuff here. But I go in here. I've got two different modes. I've got attendance kiosk and take attendance. Now take attendance is kind of like what we have now. And so my vision, that's your leaders come in and they're taking attendance in their small group or their Sunday school class. And so it's there and they can check in their kids really quick. But for a lot of you, you're using this as a check-in kiosk. That's great. That's what we want. Affordable tools for you that you can use regardless of size and budget. And so if I do this, it's going to take me right into kiosk mode. Okay. And so again, we're working. I can sit here and search. Okay, I can search a phone number. I can search, and it'll search phone, parent phone. It'll search name, and I sit here and watch what happens. Tap, kids submitted. They're there. They're in attendance. If I need to add a new kid, they can just click register and add themselves in. It'll automatically make them present, and then you're good to go. Or you can go back and view the event, go back to the planner, the calendar, all that kind of good stuff. Also, again, with these events being here, you can search events, so you can search and pull up past events from your view screen. Okay, so let me go back to this edit or view screen here. You're going to be able to edit the event, view event data. So instead of having to go to one place to create a group, one place to create an event and do attendance, and one place to edit it, it's all happening in one screen. Now, please know anything you've created, I'm following the same database structure, so nothing's going to go away. You're not going to lose anything. So if we do something and you're like, hey, I used to like to find this here or there, we can talk. We can continue to grow and improve things. But I wanted you to see a little bit, a lot faster. Again, groups creating in under a second. Hopefully you agree with me. A lot prettier. And then the tools you need right where you need them. And regardless of ministry size, context, or what do you expect of your leaders, it's there. Now, my hope or my goal, and it looks like it's still going to happen, was to have this out by the end of the month. And it looks like that's going to happen. So next week, this should be rolling out. I had hoped to have this out by the end of the week. But as many of you know, I work a day job with a school district, and starting the school year has been really crazy. We did a whole refresh thing, so it's been kind of crazy. So my programming time has been kind of cut down. But next week, this should all roll out, be good to go for you. That's desktop and mobile versions. It'll just pop up for you one day. And like I said, I'm really excited about what's happening and just some cool things. I also kind of wanted you to know too, making it easier to export things out into a CSV file to be able to send to leaders, to students, to import into other databases. I'm hoping to maybe do that with the calendar as well if you need to import it into your iCal or something like that, or Google Calendar. So trying to work on some things like that, because I know a lot of you are forced to work in multiple systems. Hopefully we can solve that for you in the future as well. So all that's going on. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Sorry if it went a little long, but I'm excited and hope you are as well. Have a blessed week, and we'll be talking soon.